Edgar TV.
Hello and welcome to Edgar TV. I'm Matthew Edgar, bringing you the latest Edgar TV feature, Tales of the Tour. This is where every Monday evening for the next 4 weeks I bring you a bedtime story. Today, with stories from Uncle Edgar, we're going to visit a story that happened in Derby a couple of years ago when we saw Pete Hudson and the infamous chair. Let's have a look what happens. So today I'm going to tell you the story of Pete Hudson and the chair. A few years ago in Derby, for some reason there was a lack of chairs, so what they decided to do was fill the room with these garden furniture chairs, you know, the plasticky white ones. There was enough for everyone, seemed to be a good fix, no problems whatsoever. No one could really imagine what this was going to cause. The games all started, everything was going to plan. Over on one of the boards in the corner, Pete Hudson actually just picked up a great win against Andy Hamilton. And this was in the peak of Andy Hamilton's heyday, you know, so it's a very good win for Pete. And he was very happy and excited, couldn't wait to get back to the table to tell his tale. He grabbed himself a pint of Coke and rushed to the table to tell us all. Pete sits there, darts in his left hand, Coke in the right hand. Unknowing to us all, while he's telling us, his chair is starting to buckle. Remember, at this point, 16 matches are all being played at the same time. And all of a sudden, you just hear boom as Pete disappears, bouncing off the sports hall floor. All 16 boards just stop and turn to see what was going on. It's so unusual to hear a sound like that. And Pete just laid there on the floor with his Coke still in his hand, emptying bit by bit over himself as he stared up to the ceiling. And to cap it all off, to make the story even better, he tried to stop himself from falling with his left hand, but as I've just told you, his darts was already there, so unfortunately for Dave Smith, who was sitting next to him, he stabs him in the leg on the way down. I just could not stop laughing. It was one of the funniest things I have ever seen, and even talking about this story and writing it out, I've been laughing with the memories of it. I laughed all the way home, in the shower, in bed. It was relentless. I just couldn't stop laughing. The next day came round and I thought I was just about getting over it at last. Well, the second I walked in there and saw Pete again, he just set me off. I just couldn't believe how funny it was. And you'd think that's it. You'd think I'd be able to get over it. Everyone else seemed to get past it. And the day started. Everyone's practicing, getting their final bit of preparation in. And what do you get? Boom! And there he was, for the second day in a row, flat on his back, staring up at the ceiling. Not one person in the entire room could control themselves with laughing. He's done it again. I will never in my life forget the image of Mervyn King sat there stiff with laughter as the tears streamed down his face. Well, after about 5 minutes of laughter, a member of staff got in on the joke and brings over a nice normal chair for Pete to sit on. As they're bringing it over, the whole room stops and gives it the big build-up. They're all giving it the ooh build-up. And Pete sat down to probably the biggest cheer I've ever seen for a man sitting in a chair. That is Tales of the Tour, Episode 1.
Edgar TV.